Welcome back to Dinner and a Show. I'm Brian.
I'm Mr. Tumnus.
You are Mr. Tumnus. If you know, Mr. Tumnus was James McAvoy, and James McAvoy is the voice actor for the starring character in this movie, Arthur Christmas.
No.
Yes.
What? I just made that joke out of nowhere.
I know, right? He's a clever guy.
I'm Tanner.
And it's December, it's Christmas, and of course, Christmas movies. And this is an underrated Christmas movie. I think it was just overlooked a lot, especially in the U.S., just because it's a kind of a British film made by Aardman Studios, who did Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, and stuff like that. I mean, they've had success. It's just this one kind of...
It had the disadvantage of coming out the same time as Hugo, the Martin Scorsese film, the new Muppets movie.
Oh, yeah.
Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Gosh.
It was overlooked at the time, but thankfully people have caught up to it and just sort of like saw it as what it should have been seen when it was originally released. But now I'm glad that people are seeing it now and realizing this is a really good movie.
Before we go any further, though, for dinner, we're back to some Dunkin' Donuts. Not a sponsor. And whatever we have left of our real sugar soda. I got the root beer.
I got the physicist.
Also, not sponsors.
No.
But
please give us money.
Yeah, please do. If you're watching this from Dunkin' Donuts or from Kroger, please give me a call. It'd be great.
The physicist. It's pure sugar soda.
Premise of the movie. It's Christmas Eve. And of course, Christmas Eve is the busiest time of the year for the North Pole, the citizens, all the elves, and all of the Santas, because there's not just Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. They have kids. Steve and Arthur. Steve is in charge of pretty much the operations part of Christmas, getting all the elves to deliver the presents to the houses all around the world. They do that. Pretty much everything goes almost perfect. And so they all go home, they're calming down, they're going back to bed, but something happens. They forget to deliver a gift. A gift was overlooked. A child's been missed! And Arthur Christmas is devastated by it, thinking that, oh my gosh, this girl, whose name is Gwen, she's going to think that no one cares, or Santa doesn't care about her. And
yeah, Arthur really does have the Christmas spirit, while all the other Santas, like the real Santa, his brother Steve, they're just like, oh, it's just one child, whatever. We've done so many things, like all around the world, whatever.
Like, one child won't matter.
No, that's not how it works.
So it's up to Arthur and Grand Santa and a elf in the wrapping division named Bryony.
I love Bryony.
To deliver this present before Gwen wakes up. And hilarity ensues.
Yeah, they go all around the world. Many things go wrong. And
many things go wrong.
Yes. And they only have like a limited amount of time in order to like deliver the present before the sun comes up, just so that this child will have her present from Santa Claus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think what this movie does best, and I mentioned it to you before while we were watching it, was just they captured the joy of being Santa Claus almost perfectly. Through, and not just through Arthur. Because Arthur encapsulates the just the joy of Christmas.
The definite Christmas spirit.
Yeah, like, and not just like the just the snow, but like giving, like the spirit of giving, and seeing the look of joy on a child's face when they receive a gift. They capture that, I think, to a T with Arthur. But even like,
I agree.
But even they capture the joy of being Santa through the current Santa, who's played by Professor Slughorn and voiced by Professor Slughorn.
What's his name?
I forget his name.
Jim Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent.
Yeah.
A great guy. He loves the job so much that he, he's old, and people think he's retiring, but he's not. He loves the job so much.
He's a little forgetful, but that does come with age.
Like he has good intentions, but he's just old, and people think he should retire, but he's like, I love this job too much. And then you have Grand Santa, who thinks everything should be done the old way, and everything could be done the old way.
Yeah, like with the sleigh and the 8 reindeer.
Yeah. And that's actually how they try to deliver the present to Gwen, is through this old sleigh, because the S1, which is basically a Star Trek ship, is I mean, it's been traveling hundreds of thousands of miles, so it needs a break. It can't.
Right.
You don't want to stress the engines out. So.
And you also have Steve, who's the oldest son of Santa, and he's just like all about the now. He's got the new technology. He's got new operating systems of like how to deliver these gifts in like the most modern way possible and everything. They have the old ways and the new ways. All Arthur cares about is delivering the gift. It doesn't matter how it's delivered, just as long as
it was delivered.
Yes.
And I think that was really cool. And I like how the characters, because some of them can be complete jerks if they totally screwed the writing over, but they didn't.
Yeah, like Steve.
Like Steve was a total jerk.
Voiced by Hugh Laurie, who's great at being an uptight British jerk.
Yeah. But I could understand why he was acting this way, especially, towards Arthur and his father, because, he's basically carrying the whole Christmas night on his shoulders, like the operating part, he's pretty much the brains behind the operation, whereas Santa's just the figurehead, basically. And he's getting blamed for everything, like he did everything perfect except for that one child, and he's getting blamed for it. Arthur is just he thinks he's too naive, or, something like that. He's like, he can't carry the job because he's just not smart enough, basically. And he's like...
He's also a bit of a klutz.
Yeah. Arthur's a klutz, yeah. And Steve really wants the job of Santa, but he's not getting it.
Does he deserve it?
Yeah, he's frustrated. Grand Santa... Now, he's a little easier to like, if you had to hate a character, because he was just funny. Like, he would just say the most outlandish things, and you're like, you can only get away with saying that because you're an old, grouchy man.
Okay, what was that line about women's vote?
Oh, yeah. They were... I think Grand Santa was saying, like, how the sleigh or something was still around, and Arthur's like, that's impossible. And they also said it was impossible for women to read.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, oh, they went there. Okay. Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
How do you get away with something like that? I don't know.
You got to be an old 136-year-old man.
Something else I love about this film is just the fast pace. Everything happens like really quickly, and there are all kinds of visual references here, there. They're scattered everywhere, and they're blink and you miss some gags. It's really quick. It's like Hot Fuzz in that sense.
Oh yeah.
Like first you have to watch it, and then you have to watch it again, and then watch it again, and notice more and more things, because there's always something that you miss.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. Like, I think in the old shop where Evie was hiding the sleigh, you saw a tool called the Elf
Extractor.
You're like, what is that for?
Why would there be an Elf Extractor?
So, that's a mystery that we don't know.
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, I think what distracted me from the story, because there were a few flaws. Sure, it's a Christmas movie, you have to suspend belief for a lot of things. But I think what could have been easily, explainable is if it was, like the timeline of characters and stuff. Like, I couldn't believe that Santa, like the current Santa, could be Santa for 70 years.
I don't really care about that.
Yeah, or... Well, maybe not. Or like, Grand Santa. Like, he's 136. Like, sure, the clauses have some healthy DNA to make him live longer. But him being, I forget how old he was. I don't know. It's like just a lot of. I don't know if there was discontinuity in the timeline and stuff. Like when, the current Santa became Santa, because he became Santa in 1941, but then. Grand Santa, well, he might have just taken Evie out for a spin or something like that and not be Santa at the time, but it was just, there were some little...
Also, otherwise he's just been keeping those reindeer captive.
Yeah, but there were just a few little instances like, wait, that happened when? Like, how old were you then?
You're thinking too much.
Yeah, so that kind of distracted me. Not too much, because really enjoy this movie. Yeah, look at all those Santas having fun. And this Santa right here. Basketball Santa.
This is cool.
I like it. Getting in the Christmas spirit. You can see these lights behind me and this Christmas tree over here. You can't see that.
Can't see that.
Actually, I could probably just show you.
Is that a Chewbacca mask?
It is a Chewbacca mask. Right up there. Even works.
I love that mask.
That's perfect. Oh, this is going to be so fun for editing.
Yeah.
Alright. So there you go. I think, but yeah, besides the characters being jerks, I think all of the characters were likable, enjoyable. Mrs. Claus even had a few things
we can
to
get
say.
away with them being jerks. They're British. They can be jerks.
Yeah, they're British jerks. Sorry for just isolating all of our British audiences.
We love you, Brits.
We love you. I love your humor. It is. I would say this is a smart movie in terms of writing and humor, because a lot of it is just quick wit, dialogue heavy, not all entirely slapstick, which is what a lot of animation, for family movies tend to do. And it kind of frustrates me a little bit, when they do that. But here they were smart. And the jokes were just spot on, and a lot for kids.
Really quick, snappy. It's just like, and most of the physical comedy mostly has to go to how quickly Bryony moves when she has to like wrap up everything, like whether it's a proper present or not. She's just always there.
Yeah,
She has all of her equipment,
it's not just
all of her
someone
tools and everything.
Yeah, someone's not just getting clonked over the head. It's just there was some funny little slapstick going on. It was clever. It expanded.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun in that area. I liked the music a lot. I think the more I've watched it, because I've watched it, I think this movie since 2011 when it was released in theaters. I watched it in theaters. So I've had time to listen to the music and stuff, and it was really good. It captured the magic of Christmas and just the first, especially the first ride on the sleigh. That was a wonderful just visual montage and a kind of a way for Harry Gregson Williams to show off his musical talent.
All right, now the people who animated this film, Aardman, is that it?
Aardman Studios. They were behind Wallace and Gromit, Flushed Away,
Chicken Run,
and
Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yes, yeah, those were great movies. This is probably their first. It's not their first CGI project. That belongs to Flushed Away,
right?
Because they just had the style. But I would say this is their first film away from the stop motion look, because this looks like a completely normal, animated movie. It looked like it came from DreamWorks or Pixar or Blue Sky or something like. It looked like
Sony Animation. That's it.
Yeah, it's a Sony animated movie.
Yeah,
but it's it looks like every other CGI film at the time. It was just not a stop motion look like Chicken Run. The weird round eyes and the teeth. Teeth always weirded me out, but it's
the way the mouths move.
No, it's just like they always have that weird smile.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? But I digress. It was a beautifully animated movie. The snow, the Milky Way, or not the Milky Way. Why did I say the Milky Way? The Northern Lights. It was just I would say a beautifully made Christmas movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, what's your rating?
My rating, I want to say I gave it my blog review for this. I want to say it's the same as I'm giving it now. I'm giving this movie a secret handshake. It's a new Christmas masterpiece, and I say new in the stretch of the last 5 years. I think it should be added to your Christmas collection along with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, the Charlie Brown Christmas Special. I think this movie should be watched alongside those. During your Christmas movie marathon. Wonderful movie, wonderful characters. It perfectly captures the joy of Christmas and the joy that Santa feels when he's delivering his presents.
You know what? I was gonna give it a high five, but like hearing you talk about it and like put it that way, I'm gonna change my rating. I'm gonna give it a secret handshake.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever done it on this show.
Well, that's awesome. It's a wonderful movie.
So it's 2 Tricky Handshakes. I'm definitely gonna watch this film like with my family when I go back to my hometown.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of heartfelt moments in this movie too. It's not just all sights and gags. Definitely. I think when I first watched
about the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, I think when I first watched it, I think I got a little misty-eyed, especially towards the ending when all the Santas came together to help deliver the present. So it was really cool. So hope you guys give this movie a chance and watch it. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope you do too.
And always remember, there's always time for a bow.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. We definitely enjoy doing this, and we can't wait to share more Christmas movies with you. I'm Brian.
I'm Tanner.
And we will see you
at the movies.